And I ain't talking about those things, so these systems now you are switching to the most quick Chinese dessert is cool. Go ahead and looking like dessert, bitch. Show me that you worth it. Everybody out here done forgotten what they worth is. That's why Shorty always gonna do bitches like they worthless. I be keeping weapons and I got a lot of ammo, grand so arching over damn zones because that's part of what I'm here for. And I ain't talking about those sensos, and I ain't talking about those sensos, and I ain't talking about those sensos. Fuck our outcomes, it be way too easy just to get these bitches outdone. On that powder, I ain't talking about no talk gun. With all of these verses, then I put it in my album. Woo! Man, know if you guys have fucking heard this shit yet, but God, bitch, you know it's hard. You know it's hard when you be in the studio impressing your goddamn self listening to your shit, bro. You on to something at that point. But what's good, everybody? And thank you, fucking Malo, for saying that. I appreciate that. I damn near want to listen to that shit one more time, but I've been playing I've been playing that shit on repeat, dude. Like I've literally listened to it like 1,000 times at this point. Fucking been listening to this other shit too. I got a concert that I'm pulling up to beginning of September. Well, about halfway through September. I'm pretty sure it's on September 15th. But I'm going to Raleigh, North Carolina to see the Suicide Boys again. I went to their Grey Day tour last year and it was fucking awesome. This year about to be doing the same thing. So I've been fucking working hard and fucking listening to my shit over and over again on top of listening to all their fucking albums, bro. These past few days, I've listened to every album they've ever released, like at least twice. All the lyric videos and everything. I mean, that's how much I fuck with the way that they do shit. Like, I don't know if y'all know anything about Suicide Boys or not, but fucking there's it's two dudes, two rappers. One of them is named Scrim. Okay, Scrim is a rapper, but he's also a producer. He makes all the beats, bro. Like he literally chops these samples and shit from like old 90s stuff, like fucking different like type of soul songs and shit. Dude, like this motherfucker's production quality, and it's all from the fucking basement, dog. Like all this shit is like they don't work with a major label. They created their own label company called G59 Records. You know what I'm saying? All the shit, even their old shit, the shit that they still do today is all done by Scrim. And it's insane. Like the fucking level at which the creation comes out, bro, is insane. I've listened to every single album they've dropped, and I cannot find one bad song. Like genuinely, I cannot find one bad song, bro, and it's shocking to me. So, you know, I've been jamming that shit. And what's good, Solar Systems? Pissing on the Masons gang. Yes, sir. I'm actually thinking about going back and doing some other shit, but I ain't gonna reveal too much of that yet. But anyways, today we're talking about knowing how to deal with people. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people be getting shit mixed and mingled and not knowing exactly how to approach certain situations. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times you'll have a situation where a person will miss an opportunity. You get what I'm saying? You'll miss an opportunity like this real easy. Because like I've said in the past, it's about utilizing the situation. It's not necessarily about, yeah, I'm gonna leave a flaming bag of dog shit on their doorstep. No, I'm just kidding. But fucking anyways, you get what I'm saying? Like I've said previously, fuck man, you made me forget my point, Solar Systems. I blame you, you bastard. Knowing how to deal with people, right? And knowing about the approach. You can lose an opportunity due to your expression. Um, fuck, man. I was going somewhere with that. God damn it. Give me a second. I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back. I'll for sure bring it back. Okay. So yeah, anyways, we're talking away we're talking about knowing how to deal with people and knowing your approach and shit like that. So like I said, you can lose an opportunity like this very easily. So it's about knowing how your expression comes across and how to deal with certain people, right? So for example, like you'll have a person who will like oh, okay, I know where I was going with this now. Boom. Like I've said previously, it's about utilizing the situation in general. It's not necessarily about utilizing the people within the situation, right? But you need to understand that a lot of times that the way that a circumstance and situation is constructed, a lot of times that the people within the circumstance and situation be presented as some formulation of an opportunity that you can utilize. So, for example, you'll have a lot of people who are quote unquote spiritual and shit like that, but they'll close themselves off to having some form of an association or some form of a relationship, whether that be by business means or whatever. They'll close themselves off to certain relationships just because a person isn't also quote unquote spiritual, or because a person is like into a certain religion, or they have a certain type of worldview, or a certain type of belief system that they've constructed for themselves that doesn't typically align with what exactly you have going on. You get what I'm saying? But it's about knowing the opportunities whenever they present themselves. It's not always going to be some shit where it's like, oh, this person isn't exactly like me, so I don't need to have a relationship with them because our belief systems combat, or what, whatever it may be. When sometimes shit don't have anything to do with whatever belief system you're constructing for yourself at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Whatever direction you're trying to go, and whatever you can do with this person, and whatever they might know that they might be able to teach you about certain things, whether it be video editing or software engineering or fucking some type of business means and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? This is how people can lose their opportunities due to this. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, even if it's not a situation where you have anything to gain from a certain individual, it's just about moving through the environment and moving through circumstances and situations with equilibrium, and not losing your balance throughout these situations based upon how you're dealing with people. You get what I'm saying? So this goes into like allowing people to disrespect you whenever, and just like shrinking yourself to fit into the environment and shit like that. When like I said, it's all about wisdom and equilibrium. So know whenever you need to kind of make yourself a little bit smaller, because you're kind of like outshining everybody at the moment. You get what I'm saying? And it's not really wise for you to just come in at that full fucking essence like that, because not everybody in the environment can handle that shit. And you'll have people looking at you in certain different type of ways, and being stank towards you, or having some type of background tactics and shit that they trying to bring upon you. And you might not even be knowing this shit, just to you being too much of yourself in a certain situation, as far as shining too bright and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And this is where you'll have situations where people will get jealous of you, or you'll have situations where you'll be at work or some shit, and you not even knowing that somebody meanwhile is watching your every move, plotting on you, waiting for you to make a mistake. That way that they can go and immediately tell whoever your boss is or your manager or whatever, that way they can maybe get a chance of getting you fired or some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just about knowing how to deal with people, and knowing what level they're at, and knowing how to conversate with them. You get what I'm saying? And knowing how to chop it up with them. You get what I'm saying? So like, for example, if somebody is like in a religious mind and shit like that, and they're always preaching Jesus and something, and shit always comes back to the Jewish formulation of what they call God and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't immediately close yourself off to this person. And not only that, I mean, fuck, man, me genuinely, I think fucking religion is retarded anyways, but it would be stupid for me to go and sit out here and every religious person that I come across that's talking about God and shit, it would be dumb for me to sit here and just attack them immediately and be like, you're fucking stupid for believing in this shit and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? This is how you become less relatable at this point. You get what I'm saying? and like I've said in past videos before, the person who is liked by everyone is respected by no one, but the person that is respected by few is loved by many. You get what I'm saying? So, or the person that is liked by few is loved and respected by many. You get what I'm saying? So it's not about people pleasing and shit like that. It's just about knowing what level somebody is at and how to communicate with them. Because if you know how to utilize your mind and know how to utilize the environment correctly, you can fucking finagle this shit in all type of different ways, especially if you know the terminology and you know what character is being presented and represented at the moment and shit like that. And like I said, you know the terminology, so therefore you can communicate with someone utilizing their terminology from their religion or whatever it is that they're into at the moment. You get what I'm saying? But meanwhile, keeping yourself in a true state of being and a true essence within yourself, because you know what these words and terminology actually means, and you know what's being presented at the moment. So you can kind of say some shit that to them it has one meaning, but to you, you actually know the real meaning behind it. You get what I'm saying? So you're kind of just chopping it up with them for the sake of fucking you get what I'm saying? It's just about knowing where they're at type shit. You get what I'm saying? And if it's a person who's not into it, like a religious type of mind and shit like that, you get what I'm saying? It could just be a person that has a certain upbringing. You get what I'm saying? So like certain people the way that they communicate and the way that they relate with people and talk to people and develop relationships is based upon like um joking around or like some really type of appearing negative type shit. And by you not understanding the character that's being presented at the moment, and by you not understanding what's actually going on behind the scenes, you will think that a person is being mean to you, or you will be mean to them in response in like a negative type of way, and fuck up that relationship, or just make things harder for yourself in certain situations due to you not understanding the approach and understanding where this person is at. You get what I'm saying? They might not actually be expressing that out of just like they're trying to diss you or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they might just be a person who's come up like that. And on another tip, it could be a person who's had like a really rough background, and they're just like kind of annoying. You know what I'm saying? Those people that are kind of like overbearing and like always on your dick all the time and shit like that. You got to realize some of these people had really rough upbringings. And like, for example, when sometimes somebody's like always in your ear and won't shut up, you get what I mean? And always talking to you and shit like that. Like sometimes you can't just be like, hey man, like, look, I'm not feeling it right now. I'm not trying to talk at the moment. You can't come to them calmly, and you can't these people are not like perceptive at that level whenever they're being blocked by too much trauma, so they're not exactly seeing things clearly. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times it take for you to bring them back to basically their childhood and bring them back to their upbringing and shit like that based upon the expression. So they're too blinded, they can't even see the social cues and the body language that you're throwing to them at the moment and shit like that. Like when a person won't shut the fuck up and you're sitting here giving them every social cue in the world to let them know, like, hey bro, I don't want to fucking talk right now, and I damn sure don't want to talk about whatever it is you're talking about at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes that shit don't work. Sometimes you got to kind of get harsh with a motherfucker, and sometimes even might have to yell at somebody or cuss somebody out to get them to not talk to you at the moment or some shit like that. But like I said, it's about knowing where people at. Some people are gonna some people, it's going to fuck up relationships and it's going to make it harder for you to move in certain environments based upon this. But other people is going to like respect that because that's like how their upbringing was, and that's all they know. Either that, or you know what I'm saying, they're just going to accept it because, like I said, that's what they know, that's what they grew up on and shit like that. They never listened to their parent or whatever until the parent had to smack them upside their head and fucking cuss them out and yell at them or speak to them really harshly and shit like that and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just about knowing what we dealing with at the end of the day. Not everybody is you. Not everybody thinks how you think. Not everybody feels how you feel. Not everybody communicates and develops relationships based upon what you value as having importance and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, a lot of people are developing this shit based on talking points and shit that have been given to them by the shadow government and shit like that. So a lot of people are carrying around a bunch of shadows that ain't even them at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? So it's just about knowing where people are at and knowing what character is being presented at the moment. It's not about getting lost into outwardly what you see. You get what I'm saying? This is why we need to be careful of viewing shit through the ego all the time. You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, when people are expressing shit in certain ways, you don't know what that person has going on. And if you can sit here and tell me that that you know what everybody thinking and know how everybody feel all the time and know all this shit, that you must think you God now. You get what I'm saying? And that shit sound retarded. So we're not getting into that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about it's about knowing where people are at and understanding your approach. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes based upon how a person is viewing life for a minute, for the moment, and what lens they're viewing things from, whether it be purely from a left brain logical and rational point of view, whether it be purely an emotional state, depending upon what chakra they're viewing shit through at the moment and what space they're in. You get what I'm saying? It's going to change how they're viewing the environment, and it's going to change how they're viewing your actual expression at the moment. So you need to be perceptive enough to understand where a person is at and understand your approach and how it may come across to a person who is in that type of space at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Therefore, when you're expressing yourself, you're not bringing yourself across to come across the wrong type of way and shit. You get what I'm saying? And vice versa, whenever you're not in an ego space and you're not receiving this shit and taking it personally. You get what I'm saying? Like when someone is expressing some shit just based on whatever traumas that they're dealing with, whatever they're carrying from past situations, and whatever their upbringing was and how they're viewing the world at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes when they express certain shit, it might come across and you take it personal, and it might seem like they're trying to disrespect you or some shit. But meanwhile, it's just due to their expression, and that's how they move and correlate with the world and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And that is like the only thing that's like giving them attention. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing that's gotten them attention in their lifetime, is like being the one who's fucking outwardly kind of like make a fool of themselves. You get what I'm saying? And these be the same people who are like do dumb shit for money. You get what I'm saying? Like you have like a friend, you have like a friend come around to a friend group and shit like that, who have a lot of money and shit, and they just be like a really miserable, bored type of person. You know what I'm saying? And they willing to throw money around for any type of little bit of entertainment that can make them feel something. You know what I'm saying? They're so used to just being washed and not feeling anything, or just feeling miserable all the time and shit like that, to the point they're willing to pay money just for anything that can change how they feel at the moment. You get what I'm saying? But the people like what I was explaining will be the ones who will sit there and fucking do any dumbass shit for just a little bit of that money, just so that they'll have the attention on them at the moment, just so they can forget about their traumas and shit like that at the moment, just so they can, you know, be seen in some type of way, even if it's some really type of low negative ass shit, and they completely fuck up their image. And coming from the mind of someone who has so much Capricorn energies, this shit looks so fucking dumb to me. You get what I'm saying? When a person is willing to kind of skew their status and shit like that, and like lower their image just to bring entertainment to somebody else in that type of way. You get what I'm saying? That's like the most fake, that's the most fucking dumbass shit you've ever heard. The most jackass shit. Yeah. The most jackass shit you've ever fucking seen in your life to a person who have a lot of Capricorn energies. You get what I'm saying? No racist shit. They do dumb nigga and white boy shit. Yeah. Oh God, go out to the middle of the woods and drink 100,000 Bud Lights and fucking do something stupid like fucking headbutt a fucking frying pan or something. You get what I'm saying? Like crush a frying pan over their forehead or something. You know what I'm saying? Just dumbass shit like that. And meanwhile they get a half ounce of weed for it or something, or get paid for the shit or something. You know what I'm saying? Just stupid shit like that. So, you know, beside all that, it's just about knowing where people are at and what they're dealing with at the moment. You know what I'm saying? The more that you go through and experience life, the more that you get the fuck off the internet and actually go out into life and see these things, you're going to actually be able to perceive them. You're actually going to be able to see where a person is at and how you should deal with them. And this is the thing too. Don't be afraid when it comes to dealing with this shit, and don't be afraid when it comes to expressing yourself, and don't be afraid to try new things and fail and fuck up relationships and have to go through bridge burning moments and lose opportunities and miss out on shit. You get what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of that, because that's the part that's going to help you learn and grow. That's going to give you the tools necessary to develop what you need to be able to get where you going type of energy, or to be able to handle the relationships and bring forth the right type of character and represent the right type of things, the shit that you're trying to go for when you actually get into a situation where you're dealing with the relationships that you actually want to have and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of this shit. Don't be afraid to fuck up. The experience is what's going to give you those tools, and it's going to help you learn, and it's going to bring you to a point where you're ready for what it is that you say that you are ready for. You get what I'm saying? The shit that you have been invoking and shit like that, the shit that you have been bringing forth and manifesting outwardly, and making reality like a mirror and reflecting what you have on the internal state of being and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? This is the shit that's going to help develop that. This is the shit that's going to give you those tools to know how to navigate and shit like that, to where your shit don't get shot down, and you go through these relationships where you finally get the relationships that you've been wanting for all these years. Supportive, fucking all that shit, whatever it is that you want it, as far as what relationships and shit. When you get to a point where you actually got that shit, you'll be in a situation where you don't know how to handle it, and you will lose relationships that you thought you had importance into, and relationships that you thought you wanted, due to you not being ready for it yet, because you haven't went through the experience. You haven't went through the ins and outs. You know what I'm saying? You was afraid to fuck up, and you were keeping yourself fixated in a box. You get what I'm saying? You were basically staying within the magic square and trying to operate within the magic square, but not growing outside of it. You get what I'm saying? To be able to take on new perspectives and able to take on new ways of approaching things, new ways of expressing things, new ways of, you know what I'm saying, breaking old routines and patterns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. This is the shit that we doing, and we all doing the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was expressing the shit about dealing with the religious people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are saying the exact same thing that we are saying. They just don't understand the terminology. That's why, if you know what you're doing, you can psych yourself up to and psych your mind up to understand where you're coming from, and have a different type of meaning with the shit, but still outwardly expressing some shit that makes sense to the person that you're expressing it to at the moment. And it also can come across as relatable at the moment, unless you're in a situation where you're not trying to be relatable and you're just fully trying to be like alienistic and be, you know what I'm saying, like an astronaut and shit, and just be set apart kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on what you're dealing with at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Take everything with a grain of salt, and actually put shit into utilization, because like I talk about all the time, it's about practical application. You know what I'm saying? We can have all these spiritual concepts and we can have all these beautiful talking points, but at the end of the day, it means nothing if we're not doing something with it. You know what I'm saying? It means nothing if we're not actually out in the world putting this shit into practice, and actually getting to a point where we're knowing how to deal with people, and we get to a point where we're knowing how to debate people and actually bring forth change and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't know how to deal with the common people, how the fuck do you think you can ever change their mind? You get what I'm saying? We're at that point, we're just going to be in a situation where it's like Dolo be saying all the time, go Cletus go type of energy, where it's just we're only being able to reach the other people who are into the same shit that we're into. You get what I'm saying? And we're beyond that shit. We already know who the people are who are into the same shit that we're into. You get what I'm saying? We already know who the people who are who are into this shit, but viewing it incorrectly. And we know the shit who are into it and are into it and actually viewing the shit in the right type of way. You get what I'm saying? So it's about knowing that, but we're beyond the point of wanting to just gravitate the attention of the people who are just into the same shit as us. You know what I'm saying? We're grabbing the attention of everybody, and we're bringing about change. We're changing the minds of the common people, the ones who really need the help, the ones who don't understand these things, the ones who have been rocked to sleep and remixed all these years, and their mind is all mixed and mingled and fucked up, and they're carrying all different types of shadows from the shadow government and all these different type of golems that they've created, that basically you take and turn into some weird ass character that becomes a part of you because you want to self-identify with it at the moment. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, and they be leaving other people to do the dirty work because they're couch wizards. Yeah, facts. That's exactly right. So you know what I'm saying? A person like me is the one who's really in fucking real life. That's why I'm able to express this shit like this, because this is based on situations that I have fucking learned from and I've dealt with, and this is just a reminder to me to keep doing what I'm doing, because it's going to be proof in the pudding. Like, life has no choice but to reflect you, so it's going to show you whenever it's going to give you the confirmation to let you know when you're doing right or wrong. But at the same time, though, keep in mind, you're not always going to receive that confirmation. It might not be something that can be seen apparently. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will expect this shit to come out of somebody else's mouth. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people will maybe not expect it, but that's what they want. They want the validation part of it. You get what I'm saying? Instead of confirmation. You get what I'm saying? Whenever in reality, you need to be validating and confirmating yourself. But at the end of the day, like I said, a lot of people expect this shit to come out of somebody else's mouth. At the end of the day, you just need to pay attention to the synchronicities and shit like that. The way that you experience life and shit like that is going to be different to everyone else. You're going to understand certain things, and you're going to realize the attention. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna realize the tension in the air. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, you're going to see the synchronicities that are going to confirm and reflect to you what it is that you've already been doing. Therefore, due to certain things that you express or certain things that you go through, life is going to kind of show you that. You know what I'm saying? Life is going to reflect back to you the same type of shit. Like, you'll be in a situation where you express something, you get what I'm saying? And then it shift back, and as soon as that shit shift back and it hit, you see something that reminds you exactly of the shit that you was just doing. You get what I'm saying? And it bring forth the same type of character and the same type of energy. And you might even see some certain type of number or astrological symbol or planetary energy based upon whatever it was that you were expressing or whatever it was that you were into at the moment. You get what I'm saying? This is real shit, bro. Like, this shit is real ass shit. But yeah, like I said, we beyond the point of just wanting to of just, you know, people in our immediate surroundings type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean as far as in my hometown, the people that are in my immediate surroundings. Like, yeah, those are the type of people that need to be reached. You get what I'm saying? Those are the type of people that need to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking about immediate surroundings, I'm just talking about people within the spiritual community who are into the same type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're about understanding life. You get what I'm saying? We're not going to be in a situation where this shit is just all online and this shit is just fucking some shit that we just always talking about and some shit that we just always imagining about. You get what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Don't get it fucked up. A lot of shit starts in the mind, and a lot of times you got to change your mind to make a change. Otherwise, you're still just going to be doing the same shit and be doing like what Trey was talking about and being a fucking couch wizard for the next 10,000 years and fucking sitting around and telling the whole world that they fucking retarded. Meanwhile, you the most retarded one because you not utilizing practical application. You have no wisdom within the knowledge that you've gained. You get what I'm saying? Therefore, you have no way of practical application and going about the shit. You don't. You're just lost in like a perpetual state of confusion. You get what I'm saying? And what brings along with this is like existential dread. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's why a lot of people be saying, whenever they talk about shadow work and shit like that, and they talk about like the dark night of the soul and shit, and spiritual depression and shit like that, it's due to shit like that. You are exposing yourself to all this knowledge. You get what I'm saying? But you're not understanding how to extract the wisdom from it due to your lack of experience and due to you not experiencing life. You get what I'm saying? So therefore you're in a state where you're just sat on the couch somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And you're basically like stuck. You get what I mean? And you don't know how to actually apply into real life what it is that you're learning, based upon either you just being so lost within your own self that you don't know what you're know what's going on. You don't know how to step outside of yourself and see things from different angles and different perspectives and shit like that. Or it's a situation where the person who is expressing this information to you is not expressing it in a way that is pointing to you to, oh my fucking God. Sorry. Anyways, you might be in a situation where the person who is expressing this shit to you is not giving you a perspective where it's this person is not giving you a perspective where it's teaching you how to have the practical application, due to either them being lost as well, or due to them withholding information, or they might just be a person who is way too much into a emotional space type of thing. You get what I'm saying? And they don't know how to bring any logic into it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of logic is good, because we're in the third dimension. We need to know how to utilize these things. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the information is pointless if it's just some shit that we talking about all the time. No change is actually happening. And not only that, you're not bringing forth any creative juices and flows. You're not bringing forth any new business ideas. We're not changing the world in any type of way. You're not bringing forth some type of teaching platform or some way that you can actually express to people and bring them into the same type of realm that you're in, and seeing how that these things can be applied in real life and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So that's the practical application that I be talking about all the time. That's when you know that you have true wisdom, because beyond that, it's just knowledge. You get what I'm saying? It's just a K. You know what I'm saying? And that's like Dolo be saying, that's no ledge. That leave you no ledge to stand on. That leave you perpetually falling. That leave your energy stifled. That it leads to you being on the fucking couch all day. You get what I'm saying? You need to have wisdom within these things. That way you learn the practical application side of it, and you learn how these characters, all these symbologies and all these energies are playing out in real life as we're speaking about them. You get what I'm saying? It's not just about what it is. We don't need to just understand what everything is, because that's kind of like getting lost in duality and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you're separating things from reality. You get what I'm saying? You're because all this shit comes together. It all coincides. It all comes together down here on the third dimensional plane. You get what I'm saying? So we're wasting our time if we're separating these concepts from real life, because the people who created these concepts and the people who are observing these energies, you get what I'm saying? They know how to use this shit in real life, just like we do. The people who are actually out here doing shit, like me and other people. Y'all already know who you are, so I'm not gonna waste time sitting here naming all y'all motherfuckers right now. There's too many of you. You get what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? These people are doing the exact same shit. They know how to apply it in real life. They know how to utilize it to but they be using it in real evil, negative type of ways. That's not the type of shit that we trying to be on. You get what I'm saying? But this just shows you. You get what I'm saying? This just shows you there is real world application to what it is that we're talking about. There's real world application to what it is that we're doing and the shit that we're into. You get what I'm saying? So you would be wasting your time to just sit up here and be watching somebody all the time, whenever you can actually go take these tools and apply them in real life and further yourself and utilize these situations as opportunities. Like I said, don't use the people within the situations. You get what I'm saying? Don't use them in a negative, evil type of way, as far as manipulating people and fucking over on people just to gain some fucking money or notoriety at the moment or some type of shit. You get what I'm saying? It's not about that. It's just about utilizing the situation. Like I said, you never know what's going on, and you never know how shit play out. Certain energies come through different people all the time. The most unexpected person who you might overlook, and you might not see them as an opportunity at all. They might be in that circumstance and situation because the circumstance and situation is an opportunity for you, but you lose and miss the opportunity due to you viewing this person in a certain type of way and disregarding them because you're not viewing them as an opportunity at the moment. And you're viewing them as I need to utilize this person, or you're viewing it as this person isn't worthy and they can't teach me nothing and I can't learn nothing from this person, because either I'm in an ego and I'm a bitch ass motherfucker and I already think that I know everything and I think that I'm God at the moment, or this person isn't worthy and they're not into the same things that I'm into at the moment. So there's no point in developing a relationship with this person or any type of association, and therefore you miss out on the entire opportunity, and you miss out on that square moment of whatever it was that you were trying to learn at the moment, because the square moments play out with like a lot of opposition. You get what I'm saying? And not like opposition in the way of what actual opposition is as far as astrology and alignments. You get what I'm saying? But within the square moments, a lot of time mentally it'd be like an opposition. Like mentally, a lot of time, if you in the right type of space, and maybe not even if you were in the right type of space, I think that everybody subconsciously at the end of the day gets those thoughts that kind of float by. Just a lot of times that people don't pay attention to them and shit like that. So at the end of the day, I think everybody knows what the fuck is really going on and what they're doing. You get what I'm saying? I think a lot of people just choose to ignore it all the time. But man, what the fuck? All I did was set my vape down on the table, bro. That's what I hate about having to charge this phone, though. It always do this dumb shit. Like I can't set up a fucking live stream properly with my phone trying to charge and shit. But anyways, fuck, man. That goddamn threw me off of what I was talking about. I apologize. Give me 1 second. I'll have to fucking sit here and rewind that shit in my mind. It'll come back. It always does. Okay, yeah. So the square moments play out with a lot of mental opposition. I told y'all that shit would come right back to me. The square moments play out with a lot of mental opposition. So like I said, everybody knows what they're doing at the end of the day. At least I think, right? Because I always know what's going on, but sometimes I choose to ignore the shit. So I think that everybody know what's going on at the end of the day, right? So sometimes we have to go through certain experiences. So don't get it fucked up. Sometimes your mind is not necessarily playing tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to go through situations that we know are not really gonna are not necessarily gonna lead to like paradise or something. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we might have to go through situations where it is negative or it is hard, or where we know that we're gonna experience some type of catastrophic shit, or gain more trauma or some shit like that. Sometimes we have to go through situations like that just for the experience and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So don't get held back by that fear of or whatever it is in your mind that's telling you you don't necessarily need to go for that at the moment, because sometimes you do. You get what I'm saying? But to get more into the shit that I was talking about, how it plays out with the mental opposition. A lot of times with those square moments, people will be looking at mentally, they'll be looking at this shit as like the not the right thing to do at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Or they'll look at it as or it'll be a situation. Like I said, everybody knows what they're doing, so it'll be a situation where you will view something as being a learning opportunity for you, or a chance to gain from some shit, as far as a circumstance and situation, not as far as gaining fucking money or gaining some type of world gain and shit, material gain. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about just gaining wisdom and knowledge and more experience from the situation. So it might be a situation where we'll view it that way, but there'll be that shit in our mind that's like, no, don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not an opportunity. Look at this motherfucker. Like, this dude is you know what I'm saying? This dude lives this type of life, or this dude is always like wearing dirty clothes or something, or this motherfucker is poor or broke. Like, you can't learn shit from him. You get what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Don't take everything literally. Sometimes, you know, you do need to stay away from certain motherfuckers like that and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But certain situations, you just need to know what the situation is calling for, and what the square moment is, and what the energy is that we're experiencing at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Because based upon whatever energy it is that we're viewing at the moment throughout the world is how we need to interact with a situation. You get what I'm saying? So you can be viewing it correctly or incorrectly, and this is where the wisdom based upon your experiences comes into play, because you're going to know when certain shit is a trick and like a bait for you to kind of reflect more of those old negative traits and those old negative routines and patterns that you're trying to break away from at the moment, or when it's an opportunity of presenting of some newness. You get what I'm saying? And that's where the opposition comes in with that square moment, the mental and emotional opposition, because you where it's new, it's like some shit that's gonna strip you away from some shit that you've been utilizing as protection. Because a lot of the time, whenever people are living a life where they've developed a lot of traumas and shit like that, they'll be utilizing certain coping mechanisms and shit like that as like a fleece blanket to cover up their fucking soft spot and cover up their emotional state and cover up their spirit at the moment. You get what I'm saying? So they always got them layers of like fleece blanket type of shit energy around them. You get what I'm saying? And built up walls and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So that's where that opposition comes from. You get what I'm saying? That's where that tension is. It's because it's due to that. It's due to that shit that you've been utilizing as a fleece blanket, as a coping mechanism to deal with those traumas that you've developed over life and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So when a opportunity presents itself as far as a square moment and some shit that you can learn from, you're being stripped from your comfortability and you're taking off all those fleece blankets. So you feel naked at the moment, and you'll like shy away from those situations that present themselves as an opportunity or something that you can learn from at the moment. That's the mental and emotional opposition to this experience or the situation itself, just because you know that it's some newness. You get what I'm saying? Subconsciously, you know that it's something new. It's something that you need to be gravitating towards. But meanwhile, the shit that you've been developing in the past for so long, as far as a mentality constructed to protect yourself and an emotional state of being correlated to protecting yourself and shit like that, and willing to ignore certain people to protect yourself, and willing to bring in certain people to protect yourself and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Or you could just be a person who's so lost within these traumas that they don't know no other way type of shit, and you only interact with and gravitate and bring in really negative type of people and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So this shit play out in many different type of ways. Once again, back into the fucking real world practical application of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about understanding the energies and what we're dealing with, and you need to know what character somebody's presenting at the moment. Based upon how somebody's expressing themselves, you can damn near figure out what the fuck a motherfucker's thinking. But like I said, we not God. We don't know what everybody fucking thinking and feeling all the time. So don't fucking sit here in your ego and think that you're God and you know what the fuck everybody thinking and feeling all the time, because you don't. And the moment that you do, life will fucking slap you in the face, because I can guarantee it. Saturn will come down and fucking see that you putting too much restriction and putting too much routine and pattern into your relationships and how you interact with people, and you're being too constructed at the moment, utilizing basically too much earth energy and shit like that, too much of Saturn energy at the moment. So Saturn gonna come down and slap you in your face because you're trying to act like God right now. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of time, Saturn be what they pointing at as God, in a lot of times, because you know what I'm saying, that shit deal with constructing mentalities and shit like that, and utilizing restriction and routine and pattern, and that's how they play out their rituals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They'll utilize a lot of heavy Saturn energy to play out the Earth aspect of it and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? That way they can tie this shit in with logic and reasoning and shit. But that's where you need to be careful with that Saturn energy. You get what I'm saying? Because Saturn is the first planet that'll slap the fuck out of you. And I'm not joking. So yeah, the moment that you think that you got, Saturn gonna come and show you why you ain't God. You get what I'm saying? Saturn gonna come and show you real quick why you ain't God. And then that's gonna be a situation where life gonna show you, and it's gonna reflect back to you that you was being retarded at the moment and you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That was a good chop up sesh, bro. 42 minutes. I ain't stopped the whole time, except for that one time I fucking forgot my point. I think I'm done, bro. That's like a mic drop moment right there. I broke that shit down in a fucking really good way. I'm happy with that. I got some more talking points I want to do, but I kind of want to correlate them correctly and have them all separated and titled properly and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I'm gonna wrangle them into this video. You know what I'm saying? But fucking yeah, I mean, y'all see it, bro. I just be keeping these fucking little tabs in my fucking wallet and shit, bro. And let me tell you something. I just look. This is not me gloating. This is not anything. This is just to show you that this is real life shit that I have the wisdom and the practical application based upon what I've experienced. What I just talked to you about is one of these lower titles right here. I just went for fucking 45 minutes damn near, and that talking point was a topic. It was a single fucking sentence for the title of the video. That's it. I freestyled the rest of that shit, bro. If you ain't got it like that, get the fuck offline. Genuinely. If you got to sit here and think for fucking 30 days and write up a whole fucking 7 fucking notebooks full of shit just to come and kick what I just kicked, yeah, you probably ain't fighting the same battle that I'm fighting right now. You know what I'm saying? We probably ain't doing the same thing. I done lost my wallet now. Sliggity, slout, ducked out. But okay, I guess to end this shit, we're gonna listen to since I was talking about the Suicide Boys at the beginning of this video and shit, we're gonna listen to one of my songs that that I think is like one of their hardest ones. I've been fucking listening to this shit on repeat here lately. It's insane. And then we're gonna listen to my my new song one more time, and then we out. Make sure it's at the beginning. Of course it is, because I listened to it all the way through. Dude, this beat is crazy. I'm gonna sample and chop this shit, bro. Hold away, yeah, yeah. In the fucking great. We need more volume. One day I forget the name. Yeah, volume. Hold away, yeah, yeah. All of my heroes are riding in the fucking gray. Yeah. One day I'll forget the name. 27 every night I had drink the time. 28 it was more than a lot. Fucking dead, gotta check more or less. It's another problem. No limit, cash money. I feel like cash money. Pop the jam. Couldn't tell you when. Fuck a friend. All I need is scram in my teeth and my skin. Hope my demise begin. You put heroin cooking through my skin. Ah, the end. Hold away, yeah, yeah. In the fucking grave. Dude, Ruby's verse goes crazy. Are y'all ready for this shit? Father ashes, forgotten in the vase, wrap my chain around the base, and then you know. Oh, y'all ready? I don't think y'all are ready. Bruh, I can't, dude. I can't ever get over this fucking dude. Oh my god, I can't ever get over this fucking verse, bro. Like every time I hear this shit, I play this verse over like fucking 17 times, bro. Y'all just listen to this shit, bro. Here we go. Here we go. From the same pile of ashes, forgotten in the vase, wrap my chain around the base, and then hold it on display. Now big glass rain from the sky. Beware my drip, that shit's so funny. Like so cold with no chain. But it is what the fuck. It cannot stay the same. Every like I'm walking on the plane. Let them take me to my grave. If you go shooting for suicide, just save the day. Roll up in the train, cause the flame. Until your memory fades, documenting the plague until my dying day. That is the nastiest fucking shit you've ever heard in your goddamn life. This motherfucker said, this motherfucker said, white gold blade on a bright gold chain. Ruby the cherry behavior, so why the fuck would I not stay the same? Ah! Every step that Ruby take is like he walking on a plane. Oh my god, man. Shit is just insane. Now listen to Sweat to Kill this shit. This is actually a sample of another one of their beats. Waiting for a feature to get back from that song, but it's fucking disgusting already, dude. Like, and the person who's gonna feature on it is hard as fuck too. So like that shit's only gonna get better. But okay. Now, based upon the lyrics that that from that song we was just listening to, not the not my song, the Suicide Boys song. Okay. Towards the end of the verse, he says, hope the reaper coming, hope my demise begin. Okay. I actually wanted to make a video about this. So we about to just use this as a segue to go into some other shit. You get what I'm saying? This is like another piece of mental alchemy. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna utilize this shit as a segue. So let's get an explanation of the mental alchemy and how you can utilize certain things to psych your mind up for certain shit. And this is basically how you program your reality, right? Okay, so my experience might be different from a lot of other people's experience. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm just speaking on my experience. I can, you know what I'm saying? I can't tell if this is everybody or this is something that is strictly just individual to me. You get what I'm saying? So based upon my experiences, I've learned that that basically the shit that you want really bad and the shit that you love and you give like love and care to is the shit that die off. I swear to God, that is the shit that drop off and fucking and fall away type shit. And a lot of situations you never get it back, or it's a situation where it's extremely hard for you to get that. And when you do get it, it's almost impossible for you to hold on to the shit based upon you being excited about it, based upon you caring about it, based upon it being something that you want at the moment. You get what I'm saying? So pay attention to what he said. Hope the reaper come and hope my demise come. That's the type of shit that I be on. You get what I'm saying? So basically what I do is I psych myself up to think that the shit that I don't actually like be the shit that I love. I sit here and trick myself. You get what I'm saying? I sit here and trick myself and program myself internally to think that the shit that is presented outwardly as far as whatever I'm experiencing at the moment, or you know, whatever type of energy I'm experiencing, the shit that I just absolutely just don't like to deal with and don't fucking care for that much, or don't give no fucks about either way, or it'd be a situation where every time I go through shit like that, it's just unbearable or fucking really annoying to deal with. Well, ain't nothing unbearable for me, but annoying to deal with. You get what I'm saying? I've noticed that whenever I put them bitches into an aspect where it's like I act like I love that shit. You get what I'm saying? I act like I fucking love doing that shit that I hate. You get what I'm saying? And I act like it's so enjoyable and I'm excited to do it more and shit like that. That helps that shit release, and that helps that shit like wash away. You get what I'm saying? But meanwhile, the shit that I do love, and the shit that I'm actually trying to be a part of, and the shit that I do care about, and the shit that I am trying to build, and not trying, doing, but besides that, you get what I'm saying? That type of shit, when I'm thinking about that type of shit, I act like I hate it. You get what I'm saying? And even when I'm going through the situation of actually acting on those things and experiencing what it is that in the past I wanted so bad and wanted to manifest and shit, when I'm actually experiencing that stuff, I even put it to a aspect where I like contain it, because you know what I'm saying? Like I've talked about in the past, a lot of people have a large range of emotion, but they don't have a large depth of emotion. I have a very vast depth of emotion. So when it comes to certain emotions like excitement and joy and shit like that, like I feel these things deeply. Like it takes up my entire essence and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So even in those situations where I'm actually experiencing it at the moment, I put it in an aspect where I like kind of downplay it and act like I'm like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Like, I'm not even really that excited about it. Like, I don't even really give a fuck like that. You know what I'm saying? And that helps bring more of that shit back, because I'm acting like I don't give a fuck about it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm acting like I kind of like might even hate the shit. But meanwhile, I get more of it back, and I'm able to tone down that percentage level of whatever that emotion is that I'm putting it into it. Because based on experience, you can learn how whenever you put just a little bit of too much of energy in the wrong type of place, you will lose something that you wanted so badly, or you will lose something that has been fucking something that's so important to you at the moment, or some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And that plays into the shit that he was just talking about right there. Like, for example, you ever notice how the people it seemed like the people who are so afraid of dying, and the people who don't want to die and like would do anything to avoid confrontation and avoid death in some type of way, even when it comes down to the transformation type of level, and they just try to avoid change and shit like that. You notice how those always be the people who die first. You get what I'm saying? Those always be the people who die first. So I psyched my mind up to think like I want to die. You get what I'm saying? Like I hope I fucking die today. You know what I'm saying? Because we're that's like where it goes into the trying versus doing energy. You get what I'm saying? I'm just doing shit. I'm not trying to do shit. So therefore it comes into another type of aspect where it ties into like the hoping and wishing slash making shit happen type of energy. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I bring equilibrium to it. You get what I'm saying? I be hoping and wishing for the negative shit. Meanwhile, I'm making the shit happen that actually matters. You get what I'm saying? That way, because you notice the shit that you hoping and wishing so bad that you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of play reality. You know what I mean? That's how I play reality right there. So yeah, that was a perfect segue to talk about that shit. So you know what I'm saying? Don't take any of that information if it don't apply to you. You get what I'm saying? Just based on my experiences, that's how shit can play out a lot of times, and that's how you can psych up your mentality and emotions to give you a more desirable experience and actually bring forth that shit that you secretly actually do want. You get what I mean? That's how you bring that shit. That's how you program your internal space. That's how you program certain mentalities and emotions and certain viewpoints. That way you get the best possible outcome and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to chop that up for a second. I think I'm gonna fucking get back in the studio, work on a couple things, and probably go live here again in a few minutes. Get on to one of these other talking points. Y'all take it easy. Peace. Bye, YouTube.